I said us because this is a RUP project, so I am one of the members in the RUP, and I am the one who get lucky to come here to Adelaide and present on behalf of the RUP. So my colleagues, Purush, Belinda, and I, we all work together in this project. And we are from the research and learning team from the library at Monash University, Malaysia. Purush is our learning skill advisor, and Belinda is our web librarian, and I am one of the liaison librarians. We have different roles, we have different skill sets, but we work together to maximize and support the student learning outcomes. So in this presentation today, I talk about how the optimizing problem-solving Pentagon, or the Ops Pentagon, can be applied in the final year engineering project. So the title of the presentation is Using the Optimizing Problem-Solving Pentagons as a Basis for Research Skill in the Final Year Engineering Project. So I'm going to briefly introduce about the abstract of the paper. So as Monash University, Malaysia, we have a strong partnership between the library and the Faculty of Engineering. The final year engineering project is the student here, and the student need to complete a research project towards the end of their degree program. And to successfully complete the project, they need to acquire research skills. And the research skill facets, the component skill that contributed by the library can be mapped back to the 6 facets of research described in the Ops Pentagon as the still version of the ISD framework. So the research skill facets within the Ops Pentagon may be vary in positioning, which provide the flexibility when applied to the context of different disciplines. And so we propose the use of the Ops Pentagon to unpacking the problem-solving aspect of the research project undertaken in the engineering disciplines. Okay. So just a little bit of background of the final year engineering project. So this is a compulsory individual research project that the student need to undertake when they enroll in this unit. And they need to generate a research project based on scientific and engineering methodology. So this is one of the learning outcomes of the unit. So they have about seven learning outcomes, and these outcomes, because they need to be able to use different tools to effectively design research and experimental activities. Then after that, they need to be able to write reports and present their findings to a range of different audience in a professional manner. So the library program, we offer the student undertaking this unit those programs to help them to develop the skills that they need to complete the project. So the programs cover thesis formatting using Microsoft Word, managing references with EndNote, and our learning skill advisor, Purush, he did literature review, how to write a technical report, just structuring the report, and the presentation components of the unit. Okay. So the previous presenters mentioned that we should have a colorful version of the Pentagon. So we did not abuse the Pentagon. We were just trying to be more creative. So the Ops Pentagon can be used to embed research skills to facilitate the completion of the student research projects. And the student, when they use the Ops Pentagon, they have the freedom to move the facets, the skills that they think is the most important to the centers in different component skills when they undertake the project. Okay. So in the next few slides, I'm going to present how we map the skills in the different library programs into the Pentagon. And you will see that the skills will move to the central facets in different library programs. So, for example, what appear to be the central facets in, for example, writing a report might be different from the managing references with EndNote. So the first example, so the thesis for Martin with Microsoft Word is the first training that we provide to the students. So the students here, they will need to produce a well-formatted paper. And we have many different training that offer to students, but our web librarian, she has the skills to teach the student how to use Word to format their thesis. So the lecturer contact the library and we conduct this training for our students. So these trainings contribute to the learning outcomes of the unit. And so in these trainings, the common skill that we could be placed in the centrals is the communicate and apply part. I'm sorry you couldn't read the text inside, but you can check the paper. Basically, they are the skills that the student will learn when they attend the thesis formatting using Microsoft Word. Okay. So in the next example, we try to map the skills that we teach for the student in using EndNote to manage references and citations. So this training is also one of the unit integrated training that we offer for the student undertaking this final year engineering project. And the EndNote component of the unit is to develop the student skills, the technical skills, so they can manage their references and citations. So the facets that could be placed in the centrals of the Pentagon is organize and manage. So the student will need to be able to learn the skills on how to manage their references and citation using EndNote, and then they can use EndNote to create an EndNote library, and then they can use EndNote to import and export the references into their thesis or research project paper. So in the last example, we map the skills that we teach for the students that learns how to do literature review, the writing part. So the writing aspect of the final year engineering project so involve a number of skills that can be outlined in the Pentagon. And the communicate and apply part can be placed in the centrals of the Pentagon. So the student, they need to be able to deliver presentations after they write the report. And so this provides them the opportunity to get feedback from their peers and their lecturer. So we put the communicate and apply part in the centrals of the Pentagon. So after we analyze and mapping the skills from the library programs to the Pentagon, we came to the conclusions that the Ops Pentagon is a convenient and systematic approach to research. Especially in the final year engineering program, the workshop, we should provide workshop to the student undertaking this unit on how the optimizing problem solving Pentagon could be benefit to them. So as they learn how to organize their research during their final years, and they can map the skills that they learn in a way that they feel it suits their purpose. And thank you very much for listening. Thank you.